Good evening, family. Nice to meet you all once again. This time I'm going to do only two chapters, 19 and 20, because the videos take up so much space and I find it difficult to upload into YouTube when it's too long. So I'm just going to concentrate on chapter 19 and 20. Chapter 19 is a very interesting chapter, and the title of this chapter is Brahma is in prison. Once Brahma decided to pay a visit to Lord Shiva, so he brought a team of devas with him. They all went to Kailash. They went and they had a very beautiful darshan of Lord Shiva. After spending some time with him, Brahma decided to go back to his own place. As he was leaving Kailash, Murugan appeared at the exit and he welcomed Lord Brahma. But Lord Brahma, unfortunately, was in a very blissful state after the beautiful darshan of Lord Shiva. So he didn't realize what Murugan said. So he turned to Murugan and said, Muruga, did you say something? Now that made our child Muruga, Bala Murugan, very, very angry. He thought that Brahma, because of his position as the creator, has become very egoistic. So he decided to teach him a lesson. So he said, Lord Brahma, can I ask you a simple question? And Lord Brahma said, please do. I'm obliged to answer your question. And he said, can you please tell me what is the nature of your occupation? Lord Brahma, without hesitation, said, oh, I am the creator. I created the entire universe. Every creation in the universe is created by me. Having heard that, Morgan said, okay, if that's the case, can you please tell me what is the meaning of Pranava? Pranava is the creation. What is the meaning of Pranava? Now, Brahma was taken aback. For centuries, many yogis and sages and saints have been meditating just to find out the meaning of Pranava. Now here, of course, he knows the meaning of Pranava, but what crossed his mind is that how am I going to bring such a complicated matter to the understanding of a child? Murugan is a child. How am I going to explain that? So he was silent. He was actually confused. He didn't know what to do, so he was silent. And Murugan said, let me explain to you. He said, Pranava is the seat of Kailash, where Lord Shiva, Maheshwara, is seated. So what he is seated is the Pranava. He called it the Adi. That means the beginning. That's where all creation starts. And he said, whenever souls depart the earth in Kashi, or they call it Varanasi, when people die in Kashi or Varanasi, yes, when the souls leave the body, Lord Shiva whispers this into the ears of the souls. This is exactly what he whispers, that the Adi, the beginning of creation, is his seat, Maheshwara's seat. Having said that, he knocked on the head of Brahma and said, you, for your ignorance, I'm going to imprison you. And he throws him into prison. All the other devas who were there, they panicked and quickly disappeared. And so, Brahma was thrown in prison. And he was wallowing in the prison for quite some time. Until Vishnu thought, enough is enough. He has got to be released. So he went to Lord Shiva and narrated everything, what had happened. And told him, can you please call Murugan, talk to him, and tell him to release Brahma. Now, meanwhile, what happened when Brahma was in prison? He cannot create anymore. So, what Murugan did was he took over the job. He took over the procreation, and he started. He was doing a good job, but of course, that is not the nature. Brahma is the Lord of creation. So Vishnu went to Shiva and narrated the whole episode and asked him, "You have to interfere. Please call Muruga and advise him." So what Shivan did as usual, called Nandi and told Nandi, go and tell Murugan to immediately release Brahma. Tell him to release Brahma immediately. So Nandi went to see Murugan and told him very politely, Muruga, your father, Maheshwara, wants you to immediately release Brahma so that he can go back to his job. Murugan was very angry, gave one stare at Nandi and told him, you better leave now. One more second and I will throw you together with him. So Nandi quickly left, went back to Lord Shiva and told, Murugan is very angry, there is nothing I can do. Then Lord Shiva said, okay, then I will go and see my son. He's a very loving father. He left, went to Murugan and told Murugan, please release Brahma. He has suffered enough. Bring him out. So Brahma was released. He came to pay his respect to Lord Shiva. And he came, Lord Shiva, very, with a smile and said, Brahma, you must have spent quite some time in the prison. Look how you have lost weight. Brahma looked at Lord Shiva, prayed to him, and he said, my Lord, I've actually not lost much weight, but I've lost my ego. Murugan has taught me a lesson. I was so proud that I am the Lord of creation, but he had made me realize that I'm only a humble servant of Lord Shiva. So with that, he left. So everybody left. Everything, happy conclusion. But Lord Shiva went to Murugan and said, I heard that you have actually explained the meaning of the Pranava mantra to Brahma. Can you please explain that to me? And Murugan said, yes, no problem, I can explain to you. But you see, the Pranava mantra, when I explained to Brahma, I whispered into his ears because the Pranava mantra cannot be told out in public. So you bring your ears and I will whisper it to you. And Lord Shiva knelt down to the height of this little boy Murugan, and Muruga whispered into Shivan's ears the meaning of Pranava mantra. And Shiva was so happy, like a very proud father, hugged Murugan. And from then on, he was known as the preceptor of the father or the teacher of the father. Tandaiku Mandiram Ubadesitha Murugan, one who explained the meaning of a very profound mantra to his own father. So with that, everything came to a happy ending. And that concludes chapter 19. Now, chapter 20, two beautiful young ladies created in bliss. That's the title. Now, what happened was Vishnu is supposed to be the maternal uncle of Murugan. And he was very happy seeing his nephew with all his childhood pranks. He was so blissful. In his happiness, he created two female forms. And these two female forms were madly in love with Murugan. So they started meditating upon Murugan. After some time, Murugan decided, let's go and see what is happening. Why are these young ladies meditating upon me? So he went to them and asked them, tell me, young ladies, what is the reason that you're meditating upon me? So they were so very happy to see him. They said, we both want to marry you. Murugan said, no, this is not the time. This is not the time for me to marry anybody. Anyway, listen. The two of them, one was Sundaravalli And the other one is, let me see, I forgot the name. One is Sundaravali, I know for sure. And Amritavalli, that's right. Amritavalli and Sundaravali. So he said, Amritavalli, you will be born as Indra's daughter. And Indravalli, you will be, yeah, Indravalli, yeah. You will be born to Shivamuni in on earth. You will go to earth, and you will be born as this Muni's daughter. With that, he left them, and both of them were sent to their various places. This the first one, Amritavalli, she went to Indra as a child, as a very young child. She went to him and told, I am Vishnu's daughter. If I am Vishnu's daughter, then you are my, well, paternal uncle from father's side, my Chitapa. So I am destined to be brought up by you. Indra was very pleased because he knew something big was going to happen. This is just the beginning. So he hugged the child and then he called his elephant, Airavadam. You all remember the elephant Airavadam? White elephant. Called the elephant and told, this is my child, but I cannot attend to her. Can you please bring her up on my behalf? Of course, Airavadam was very happy, took the child and went. Because Amritavalli was brought up by an elephant, she was known as Devayani. Now they call Devane. Devane is actually not Devane, Devayani. And the other girl was born on earth as Sivamuni's daughter. Now she grew up, that place in the ancient time, the Sangam period, it was known as Tondai Mandalam. And there were kings, Tondaiman. There's so many Tondaimans, they were the kings of the Tondai Mandalam. And actually, the capital of Tondai Mandalam was Kanjipuram. So she was born in a hill tribe, a Kuravar pen. And she grew up there, and both of them very steadfastly were meditating to gain the heart of our very handsome Lord Muruga. So with that, our chapter 20 concludes. I will see you all tomorrow. Hari Om and good night.